Yun welcome, Rangil welcome. Hi Elizabeth. Minka welcome. So have your props ready everybody, we'll be starting soon. Good morning Marit. Clemens, good morning. Hans, good morning. All right, everybody, good morning. Welcome to Soft Yoga Flow with myself, Rebecca. We have an easy, slow 40 minutes together. We're really going to focus on calming our breath, being in the moment, in this moment right now on your mats, and just connecting within, connecting with your bodies, accepting what is, and just breathing. That's our goal today. We're going to start in a seated meditation. I recommend having something under your hips. I have a little cushion that I'm sitting on, but you're more than welcome to use a yoga block. Or if you don't have any props, you can just grab a cushion from your sofa or grab a blanket and just fold it like so to make yourself a little cushion. And then come on down into a comfortable seated position for you and your body. Make your spine nice and long, sending the crown of the head up to the top of the ceiling. Hands resting on the knees, or even maybe connecting the fingers and just resting the hands on the ankles or wherever it feels comfortable for you. Soften your gaze down to the ground, down to the mat. And if it feels comfortable, you can even close your eyes here. And we're going to gently bring our awareness in for a short seated meditation. So with your eyes closed, visualize the room that you are in. Visualize your surroundings. Bring your awareness even closer. Observe yourself, the position you're sitting in, what you're wearing. And then bring your awareness even closer in to the breath and the movement in the body as you breathe. Notice that gentle wave of breath in and out of the body and that movement in the chest and belly with each inhalation and exhalation. And then begin to invite a long and deep inhalation through your nose, followed by a soft exhalation through the mouth. Continue long and deep inhalation through the nose, filling the lungs completely. And as you exhale through the mouth, just imagine you're letting go of anything you need to let go of. Stress, tension, anything. Inhaling fully and exhaling slowly, letting go. Calming breaths, exhaling, letting go. Three more. Last two. Last one. Keep your eyes closed if you want to, or just softly open them and toes down to the ground. We're going to lift our right hand up, place it on the top of our head. Take a breath in here, pressing the crown of the head into the palm of the hand. And exhaling, gently pulling the head to the right, as if your right ear is trying to meet your right shoulder. Releasing tension through the left side of the neck. And just continue to breathe naturally and calmly, using your exhalation to release tension, to deepen the pose. And if this feels easy for you, you can release your left hand, place your left fingers down onto the ground beside you, and feel that slightly more intensifies it. 2 more breaths. One more. And slowly we come up and we release and we swap sides. Left hand comes up to the crown of the head. And on your exhalation, you're going to pull that left ear down towards the left shoulder. Take a few breaths here, take it easy. And then if you want to go a bit deeper, release the arm to the right. And as we move slowly through our practice, we become more aware of these small details we often forget when we're rushing or when we're busy. Release the right hand to the side for the last few breaths. If you want to intensify this a little bit more for the last 3, 2, and 1. Gently release the head up to the side. Bring the hands down beside you. And then on your next inhale, lift the arms up. Stretch those fingers up to the ceiling as if you're trying to touch the ceiling. And then exhale, bring the arms back down. Again, inhale, big arms, sweep them up. Stretch those fingers up, gaze up. Exhale, back down. And again, inhale, sweep the arms up. Gaze up, gaze up, gaze up. Now grab your left wrist and pull that left wrist to the right. Hold this for 3 breaths. 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, back up. Exhale, the arms down to the side. Inhale the arms up, grab your opposite wrist, the right wrist, and pull your right wrist to the left. 3 breaths here. One more. Inhale back up to the center. Exhale and release. Good. Now we're going to inhale, arms wide out to the side. Spread your fingers wide. Exhale, bend the elbows, fingers pointing to the ceiling. Inhale, bring the forearms under armene together. Good. Now you're going to bring your right elbow under your left. And you're going to try and either intertwine the fingers or the palms of the hands, or if this isn't working for you, just connect however you can connect here. Lift those elbows up so they're the same height as your shoulders, and breathing here. We've got 5 breaths here. Notice that lovely pulling sensation at the back of the shoulders, releasing tension. 3 more breaths. One more. Good, and we gently untwine. We're going to open the arms again with the arms bent, so elbows open to the side. Good, and then bring the underarms together. And now go the opposite way, so left elbow under the right. Just close those arms or intertwine lift the elbows up. This is called eagle arms, and we're here for 5 slow breaths. Two more breaths. One more. Good. And now we gently release. We untwine. Going to give those hands a little shake. And we're going to come out of this seated position. We're going to come into tabletop, hands and knees. So if you have a thin mat and a hard floor and it's a bit uncomfortable for you to be on your knees, you can just bring a blanket under the knees here. And you want to be nice and stable in your tabletop, so just check that the knees are under the hips and the hands are under the shoulders. All right, spread your fingers really nice and wide here and press the hands into the mat. The palms of the hands, the knuckles and the fingertips pressing into the mat. Now with your shoulders, you're going to lean a little bit to the right. You're going to lean forwards, to the left and back. So we're making circular movements over the wrist here. Pressing the whole time into the mat. And change directions. Opposite direction, motsatt vei, motsatt retning. Big circles over the wrists. And we come back to tabletop. From here, we're going to inhale, release the right arm up to the ceiling, gaze up to your right shoulder. We're going to exhale, thread that right arm through the left arm, the left knee, and come down onto your right shoulder. Again, inhale, up and open. Twist as best as you can, gaze up to the ceiling. Exhale, thread the arm through, come down onto the shoulder. Inhale, up and open. Exhale, thread it through. We've got 2 more. Inhale, up and open, pressing the left hand into the mat, gazing up to the right thumb. Exhale, thread through, come down onto the shoulder. And last one, inhale, up and open. Exhale, thread the arm through, come down onto your right shoulder, bring the right ear down, the head down, and stay here for thread the needle. Breathing 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. You're going to extend your left arm out in front of you and place the left fingertips down onto the mat. You're going to extend your left leg out, flexing the foot so the toes are coming down onto the mat. Now press up, lift your right shoulder up, place the right hand at the same line as your right knee and move your right foot a little bit off the mat. Come up, release the left arm and come up into a lovely long side bend here, side twist. Breathing here for 5. Really lengthen from those left toes to the left fingertips. 4. 3. 2. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And 1. Left hand comes back down. Bring the right foot back onto the mat, left knee down, tabletop. Let's go straight into the left side, everybody. So when you're ready, inhale, pressing the right hand in, opening the left arm up to the ceiling, gaze up. Exhale, thread the arm through, come down onto your shoulder. And inhale, open, dynamic, thread the needles here. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, open, keep your gaze on your left thumb. Follow the hand as it threads through, come down. Last 2, inhale, open. Exhale, thread through. And last one, inhale, open. Exhale, thread through, come down onto the left shoulder, left ear down. Stay here and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch that right arm out in front of you, right fingertips down. Stretch the right leg out, flex the foot to come up onto the toes. Good, and now from here, press on up. Place your left hand, same line as the left knee, and just move your left foot a little bit off the mat to come on up into your side bend. Nice and long here, reaching through the fingers. Turn the chest and breathing here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the right hand back down, right knee down. You're going to now sit on your heels, so come into a kneeling position. Going to give those hands a little shake, and we're going to do a nice toe stretch here for 5 breaths. Lean on forwards and bend your toes to place them on the mat so the feet are flexed. You might need to help your little toe to join the party. And then when you're ready, we're going to sit on down onto our heels here. If this is too difficult or painful or intense for you, lift your hips up to make it easier. Okay, 5 breaths. Let's get some good mobility and flexibility into those feet. 4 more breaths here. Two more. 1 more. And slowly, slowly come on out. Lean onto your hands. Release the feet and give them a little massage by tapping the tops of the feet into the mat. Good. All right, we're going to come into puppy pose or melting heart. So what's important here is that you just keep your hips above your knees. Don't edge them forwards or edge them back. Straight line from the knees to the hips. And you're going to walk those hands forward. You can bring a block or a blanket under the head here. Keep walking those hands forward so you're really sticking your bum up into the air. Bring the head down onto the mat. Reach through the fingers. You can even come up onto the fingertips here if that feels good for you. And breathing. 5, 4, 3. Keep melting that chest down. 2. And 1. Come all the way down onto the belly if this is okay for you. If you can't be on your belly, you lie on your side. We're going to do a quad stretch here. Just bring the left arm parallel to the top of the mat. Bend your right knee. Then reach on back, gaze back, and see if you can grab your foot, your ankle, or just your trousers, whatever you can grab. Chest forwards, head down onto the left forearm, and you're going to pull that heel in. And breathe. One more breath. And release the right foot. Come straight into the opposite side. So then the right arm is parallel to the top of the mat. You're going to bend your left knee, gaze a little bit to the left. Grab whatever you can grab. Then bring the chest down onto the mat, head down onto the arm, and breathe, pulling the heel in. For 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1, we're going to release the left foot. Legs are parallel, toes are pointing. Going to stretch those arms out in front of us. You want the side of the hand, the little finger, pressing down onto the ground so the palms of the hands are facing in towards each other here. Separate the feet a little bit, point those toes so the muscles are switched on. And on your next inhale, lift the arms, the legs, and the head. On your exhale, slowly and controlled, come back down. Inhale and lift. Exhale and melt. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last 1. Inhale up. Exhale down. Slide the hands to the corners of your mat. Turn the hands to face slightly out. Now just inhale, lift for a little cobra or a seal pose. Exhale, bend the elbows and melt on down. Just gentle back bends here. Inhale and lift. Remember to bring the head. Exhale and melt. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, melt. Inhale up. Exhale and melt. Last 1. Inhale, come up. Lovely. Hold it here. Now stay here. Turn your head gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale to the center. Exhale, gaze to the left. And inhale to the center and melts. Those hands now, we're going to slide them to under our shoulders. We're going to curl our toes, just like we did in the toe stretch. Curl your toes and prepare to lift up into downward facing dog. So press into the mat, lift the chest, bring the hips on up, step the feet in a little bit. Ooh, and press those heels down to the mat. Good. You want your fingers nice and wide here. And you really want to push those shoulders away from the wrists. So we don't want the skuldra over the håndled. We want to push them away. And it's very nice here to bend your knees a little bit and really stretch through the spine. And then gently begin to press the heels down. Stay here for 5 nice deep breaths. Pressing the heels down. Three more breaths. One more. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up to the ceiling, bend your right knee, and then point the knee up to the ceiling. So you're opening in the hips here. Høyre kne opp mot taket. Left heel, venstre hæl down towards the mat for 4 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Take a big step with that right foot and step it outside of the right hand. Come on down into low lunge, everyone. Low lunge. Now we're going to sway in this low lunge as we ease our hip flexor forwards. We're going to inhale, send the hips back over the knee. And then we're going to exhale, melt the hips forwards. You can have your hands down on the mat. Inhale and back. Some people like to do this upwards with the hands on the hips. Exhale forwards. It's important you do what feels good for you. Inhale back. Exhale, melt the hips forward. And last 2, inhale back. Exhale, melt. And last 1, inhale back. And exhale, melt forwards. Now stay here. You can use a block under the hands to give yourself a little bit of height. You can also do this upwards with the hands on the hips. Some people even come down onto the forearms here. You find what works for you. Just send those hips forward. Feel that lovely stretch down the left hip flexor. A few more breaths here. Two more breaths. And on your next inhale, slide the hips back over the left knee. You can stretch out that right leg with your left hand. See if you can grab your toes or your foot and then bow into this right leg. And breathing here. Dropping those hips, lengthening. 2. And 1. Inhale, come forwards. You're going to walk your right foot all the way over to the left side of the mat. We're going to do pigeon pose and then pull this left foot down. Naardic, right knee comes to the edge of the right mat. And then you slide your hips back and come on down, either onto a block, onto the forearms, or some of you may even be all the way down with the chest on the mat. It's not important how far you are in these poses. What matters is that you're able to be in the moment and breathe. Close your eyes if that feels good for you. Try and let go and relax. Two more breaths. And slowly lift the head, place the hands onto the mat. Curl your left toes one more time and come up into downward facing dog. Lift the hips, send them up and back, parallel with the feet. Spread the fingers wide. And then we're going to inhale, lift the left leg up, bend the left knee, sending the left knee up to the ceiling and the right heel down to the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a big step with that left foot, place it on the outside of the left hand. Right knee comes down, right foot relaxes, and we begin. Inhaling, hips back. Exhaling, hips forward. Slowly warming up the body. Inhaling back. Exhaling forwards. 3 more inhales. Send those hips back over the right knee. Yes, that's it. Exhale, melt on forwards. Lift the chest and head. Last 2. Inhale back. Exhale forwards. And last 1. Inhale back. Exhale forwards and stay here. Breathe. Try and melt those hips. Last 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, slide the hips back over the right knee and stretch out that left leg. If you want to, grab the left toes or foot with your right hand. Bow on down here, breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bend the left knee, melt the hips forward and walk this left foot to the right side of the mat, bringing the left knee down on the left edge of the mat, coming into pigeon pose here. Again, you just do you here. You might want to be high up on the forearms and the hands or all the way flat down, and breathe. Surrender here, just accept and melt. Focus on your breath, calm the breath, and feel the body letting go. 3 more breaths here, slow and calm. Last breath. And inhale, lift the head. Place your hands on the mat. We're not going to go into downward facing dog, everybody. We're simply going to shift our hips down onto the mat. Swing that right leg forwards. Place the feet on the mat with the toes pointing forwards and then lean on back, placing the hands behind you with the fingers pointing away from the body. Good. Now we're just going to do some windshield wipers here, dropping the knees from side to side. You can either keep your hips on the mat for this. Some people like to lift the opposite hip down and try and bring the knees all the way down. And we're going to stretch those legs out in front of them. Give them a nice little shake. We're going to come into a forward fold here, one of the classics. If you have back issues or pain in your back, please do bend your knees here or sit on a block. Legs stretched out in front of you. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Draw the navel into the spine. Exhale, melt forwards, landing the hands wherever they land. Relaxing the head and neck. We're here for 10 really nice slow breaths. So just use your exhalation to gently melt forwards. Imagine the head and the chest becoming heavy. Halfway. And inhale, slowly roll back up to seated. Bend your right knee, place your right foot on the mat, and then step your right foot to the outside of your left knee. Let's twist to the right, hugging this right knee, lifting and lengthening the spine. Right hand behind you, gazing over the right shoulder, breathing here. And then inhale back to the center. Step your right foot back, drop your right knee out to the side and bring your left foot in to meet your right foot. You know, I love this one. We're stretching the groin area. It's an area we do not stretch enough. So it's butterfly pose. Doesn't matter how far into the body your feet are. You just bring those close as works for you. We're going to reach on up. And we're going to exhale, melt forwards here. I know it's intense, but just go with it. Try and relax your breath. Ooh, pressing that chest and head forwards and down to the ground. This is good for us. You've got 3 more breaths here. Make them count. Push yourself with each exhalation for the last 3. 2. And 1. Slowly, slowly lift the head. Slowly, slowly step those fingers, come back up to seated. You might want to help your knees to come up here. And then you're going to stretch your right leg out. And you're going to step the left foot to the outside of the right knee. We're going to twist to the left. Again, hugging here. Left hand down behind you. Really press in, lift the chest nice and proud. And then turn to the left, gaze over your shoulder. Keep twisting. And inhale, come back to the center. Good. Uncross this left foot, place both your feet on the mat. Send your arms out in front of you. And then using your core, we're going to roll on down onto the mat, vertebrae for vertebrae, vertebra for vertebra. So start with your tailbone, your collarbone, just tilt it. Draw the navel into the spine and really slow motion roll on down, nice and controlled. Lovely. Stretch out your left leg and bring your right knee in for a hug in wind release. So connecting the hands under the knee and just pulling the knee in. Squeezing that right leg in towards the body as hard as you can. 3 more breaths here. And then release your left hand. Maybe place a block or a blanket on the left side of your mat because we're going to come into a spinal twist. So you're just going to pull your right knee all the way over to the left, coming up onto the left side of the hip. And then bringing that right knee down to the ground or a block or a blanket. Extend your right arm out to the side, palm facing up. Head turns to the right. Close your eyes and breathe. Really relaxing into your spinal twist here. With each exhalation, just let the body melt into the mat. Melt towards the ground. And then nice and slowly turn your head so you're gazing up towards the ceiling. Bring the right knee into the chest and roll the back and the hips onto the mat. Now we're going to just simply stretch out the right leg, swap sides, left knee in. Connect your fingers under your knee and pull the knee in. As tight as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your next exhalation, pull your left knee all the way over to the right. You can place a block or something under the knee or just bring it down towards the ground. Extend the left arm out to the left, turn the head, gaze to the left, close your eyes. A few more breaths here. Last 3. 2. And 1. Turn the head to gaze up to the ceiling. Bring the left knee in towards the chest. Roll the back onto the mat. Place both your feet on the mat. The knees are bent. Bring your right hand to your belly, your left hand to your heart. And with your eyes closed, think of 3 things that you are very grateful for in your life today. And then when you're ready, stretch out your arms and your legs. Make yourself as long as possible. Lag deg lang. Strekk, strekk, strekk. And then bending the knees, rolling up over onto your right side. Giving yourself a moment here, opening your eyes, adjusting to the light in the room. And then slowly push yourself up to seated, to meet me back here on the mat. Thank you all for joining me today. Such a pleasure to be here and share with you. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Ha det bra. Ha en nydelig dag alle sammen. Ha det. Ha det, Hans. Take care. Takk, Eva. Take care. Ha det, Kjersti. Tusen takk, Line. Hyggelig. Takk skal du ha. Takk, Ragnhild. Tusen takk, Kjersti. Ha en nydelig dag.